Hello, my name is Sebastian Valdez. I am from third semester Group L, and today I will talk about religion and faith and the impact I believe that it has in our life. The question I will be answering in this video is the following. Does faith satisfy a psychological need? First of all, I would like to start with a disclaimer, which is that any opinion in this video is my opinion and I think that every opinion everyone has is totally valid as long as they respect the integrity and the other opinions of other people. Second of all, I'm going to define what religion and the faith are to me. From my point of view, religion is this safe space where everyone can praise their superior figures they believe in, where they can pray, talk to the figure they believe in, and be loved and appreciated by the community who also believes in the same thing as they do. The way I understand faith is that it consists by blindly believing in someone, it could or something. It could be a person, object, or place. For example, I have faith in my doctor by blindly taking the medicines she orders me to take, or by having faith in the chair I am sitting on right now that it will support me and not let me fall. Faith and religion are very important in the lives of some people, and I consider that it can even get to the point where their whole lives depend on this. For example, my oldest uncle is a faithful Christian follower, and every time I see him, he asks if I went to church last Sunday. Even though he is very into God and religion, he respects my ideologies and opinions on the subject. Another case is one of a woman I saw on a video about La Bestia, which is this big train that crosses all over Mexico and is very dangerous. The woman was a single mother of three children. The oldest one of them was a 13-year old girl who was in hope of working in the United States and sending money to her family that and got in La Bestia. The mother was extremely worried because she heard bad news about La Bestia. She saw on the news that people were killed there for money and or other valuables, beaten up for food, and in the sad case of women, get sexually abused or raped. All of these problems, besides the big danger of being illegally on top of a train, and of course, well, the dangers of losing an extremity or the life. The good thing about the situation is that the teenager was smart and cut her hair and used the binder to make it seem as if she was a boy and lower her percentage of having a bad experience like the ones I mentioned before. She also trained into martial arts so that she could defend herself against danger. The mother was extremely worried for her daughter, but every morning and night she prayed for her to her God to protect and seek for her daughter. Everything went well until the daughter fell off the train and lost her left leg. Luckily, she got help at the local hospital and went back to her family. The thing I would like to analyze about this case is the importance of the faith and on the mother's mental stability, because on the video, she said that she couldn't sleep or eat due to the stress she was feeling. Being faithful and believing in someone helped her get through all of the bad news she got as well as the problems she had as a single mother. Another thing about faith and religion, which I absolutely love, is the perspective of Stephen Hawking, which I learned about in when I saw the movie when I saw the movie The Theory of Everything, which to sum it up for you, it's a biography commemorating the whole life of Hawking. In the final part of the movie, we find him in a conference and someone asks him about his opinion on religion. To what he answers that religion is something us humans make up to answer all of the questions the brain isn't capable of answering. Questions like why are we here, what is our purpose in life, and what is beyond the universe, and what happens after we die. I agree with this posture because as a non-God believer myself, I too think the same posture because of the evidence that it supports. In the Aztec community, in the Aztec community, many years ago, they believed in many gods, and one of them was Tlaloc, which was the god of rain. And every time it rained, they thanked him because it helped with their crops to get bigger and beautifuler. They invented Tlaloc because they didn't know why it rained, who controlled it, or why it got to be, which I find fascinating. In another example that is closer to our reality, Christianity tells us that if we're good, we will go to heaven, and that if we are bad, we will go to hell. To answer the question, what happens after we die? Now, this takes us to many purposes on religion, which, besides answering the questions we cannot resolve, it can also help us to control our intentions and to be the best followers possible, and to make who we believe in, either God or gods, happy. One example of this is a friend that I have who believes in their God and they always try to be the best person they can and do good in society, which I think is great. I think that religion and is something that is really great in a society just by the things I stated before, but it gets starts getting negative when the believers want to impose their religion on other people or shame other people if they don't think the way they believe in. In conclusion, I think faith does satisfy a psychological need, just just as we saw with the worried mother or the Aztecs when they couldn't find out why it rained. Religion is this safe space where people can feel secure and be the best version they can of themselves. And I also think that respecting other people's beliefs and values is important so that everyone can be happy and respected. That is it for my blog, and I thank you for listening to me talk, and I will see you in our next discussion. Goodbye.